everyone. Welcome to another masterclass with the Modern Conducting Academy. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Normandy, and we are here tonight with Dr. Joel Schut. He is an incredible conductor, violinist, educator. He has served on the faculty of numerous universities, now currently at the Grand Valley State University, and I'm so excited for tonight. I'm just going to hand it over and let him take it away.
Thank you, Jacqueline. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm so excited about all the great things that are happening on Modern Conducting Academy. Hope I can contribute some things that I really love and care about. I love strings. I love conducting them. I love teaching them. I love playing them. In fact, there's a quote in my violin case by Shakespeare that says, "Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hale souls out of men's bodies?" Something as earthy and as perhaps grotesque in a way as the guts of sheep's, then stretched out and dried, should hail souls with the sounds that they can make. So I think that quote kind of will launch us into the great world of strings. And as someone who's played a lot of pickup orchestra gigs and played a lot of gigs for, say, ensembles in collaboration with choirs, as a soloist in collaboration with other small chamber groups, it's really apparent to me whether the conductor knows how to talk to strings. And I've seen some really great examples, and I've also seen some really fabulous musicians who didn't quite have the developed vocabulary and the developed connection and understanding of how the instrument works and how string players are wired to get the maximum musical result. So wherever you are on the spectrum of a string novice or a string expert, my hope is that tonight there can be some things that you take away from the session and you're empowered to work really strategically and really poignantly with strings for a really, really great sound. So why work with strings? First of all, there is so much repertoire, and there's so much fabulous repertoire, both for just orchestra, for string quartet, but more so for collaborative forces. For example, in collaboration with chorals. So I encourage you to dive into the many hundreds of years that we have of this tradition and many hundreds of years that are going forward for this. Additionally, string playing is a very external technique. You can see exactly what's going on, which means even if you're not an expert as a string player yourself, you can learn some diagnostic skills to figure out what is or isn't happening and marry that to what you know needs to be happening musically and in the score. Additionally, it's diversely collaborative. You can collaborate with strings with solo, with quartet, with a chamber orchestra, with a full orchestra, and all of them lead to really fabulous musical results. So you can incorporate them in a wide variety of ways. Additionally, and I know I'm very biased, but I think a lot of string personalities are really fun. They like to succeed. They like to do well. They're usually pretty brainy. And best of all, they're quick learns for short rehearsal cycles. So let's talk about some common scenarios in which you might be interacting with strings. First of all, if you're a choral director, say, you might have a solo collaborator come and join your ensemble. Or if you're a wind ensemble conductor, you might have a solo string bass player come and join that low tuba part. You might have a string quartet, a very common arrangement for strings. You might have a string orchestra, or you might even have a full orchestra comprised of the wind, brass, and percussion family. Here's the reality. Most collaborations with orchestra, if it's a pickup orchestra or collaboration between departments, they usually have limited rehearsal time. In a professional setting, it's just because it's expensive. It costs a lot of money to hire a lot of string players if you have a full orchestra. Additionally, collaborative projects often happen at the end of a semester or at the end or near the end of a season, which means players are tired. They're coming at things from a wide spectrum of previous work and might not be as fresh as you are right when you jump on the box. Additionally, it might be a new setting. Sometimes, for example, in a pickup orchestra, the players might not know each other. They might not play together regularly. They may never have played that repertoire, or they may never have played in that specific context. Additionally, the space and the setup may be different and require certain flexibility. For example, if you perform in a church, which doesn't have the normal kind of large seating space area, orchestras can be squished into odd formations and just requires flexibility. So knowing all of these things about some of the reality allows us to plan for success and know how to set up and then speak with string players to have a great musical result. So